Mastering, usually, an insight into adverbs of frequency. Hello learners! Welcome to another exciting lesson in our Grammar Fundamentals series. Today, we'll delve deeper into the world of adverbs of frequency. Our topic is an everyday word you probably use a lot, but may not know how important it is in English grammar. Usually. So what does usually mean? In English, usually is an adverb of frequency. It describes something that happens most of the time but not always. It suggests that a certain action is typical, common, or habitual. For instance, consider the sentence, I usually have breakfast at 8 a.m. This means that having breakfast at 8 a.m. is a common routine for me, but it doesn't necessarily occur every day. Usually can be positioned in different places within a sentence, each changing the emphasis slightly. Let's consider the possibilities. 1. Beginning of the sentence, usually, I have breakfast at 8 a.m. This gives a general emphasis to the entire action. 2. Middle of the sentence, between the subject and the verb, I usually have breakfast at 8 a.m. This emphasizes the routine action, having breakfast. 3. End of the sentence, I have breakfast at 8 a.m. Usually. This is less common, but still correct. It places emphasis on the time 8 a.m. Usually can also be used in questions and negative sentences. For example, questions. When do you usually have breakfast? Or, what do you usually do on weekends? Negative sentences. I don't usually eat out on weekdays. Remember, when used in negative sentences, usually conveys the idea that something doesn't happen most of the time. It's also important to know where usually stands among other adverbs of frequency. Here's a list for reference. Always, 100%. Almost always, 90%. Usually, 80%. Often, 60%. Sometimes, 50%. Seldom, 30%. Rarely, 20%. Almost never, 10%. Never, 0%. As you see, usually suggests an action happens about 80% of the time. It's less frequent than always, but more frequent than often. And that brings us to the end of our lesson on usually. I hope this has made you more comfortable with using this versatile adverb of frequency. Remember, practice makes perfect, so try to use usually in your daily conversations. Until next time, keep learning and exploring the vast world of English grammar.